Hi everybody, this is Doron and today I'm gonna show you the game Spectaculum, which is a fun game that the theme doesn't really matter. This game is by Rainer Kinesia, where many claim that all, or at least most of his games, the theme is pretty dry. Well, I don't know if I agree with that entirely, but in this game it doesn't really matter that much. So when I'm explaining the game, probably won't touch the theme as much as it should because it doesn't really matter, again, like I said. But let me explain. You got the board, where the board is basically a land where there's four traveling shows, circus, if you may, and they move across the land there, and they perform and collect money according to reputation of entertainers in that traveling show. Now there are four, like I said. There's blue, yellow, red, and purple traveling shows. Now behind each color there's the reputation track, where a marker indicates their current reputation value, or if we can say, the money that each entertainer is valued at. You start at 5, but during the course of the game, depends on certain actions, it either goes up in value or goes down, even down to 0. Now, you have the opportunity to sponsor entertainer, which means basically purchase stocks of each of those traveling shows, and at the right moment you basically buy low and you sell high. What I do like about this game, even before I start explaining the game, is that it works well at any player count. As a matter of fact, let me take a look here. On the box it says 2 to 4, 30 to 45 minutes, 8 years old and up, which is pretty much accurate, and I'm about to teach my 8-year-old son this game in the following day, and I'm pretty confident that he will be able to pick this game up. It's that simple, but it is a typical Rainer Kinesia type of a game. Well, I don't know if I can say typical, but this professor is genius, creating great games, but not themes. The themes that apply to these games are usually not that great. Alright, enough preamble. Okay, so when you set up the board, there are tiles that you randomly place over locations of towns. This is a location of a town. Basically every location that there's a tile like that, that's right on above, it's placed over a town. Now as you notice, some of the tiles indicate plus, like positive numbers. Some of the tiles indicate negative numbers. Some of them have a red border behind them, and that's it. And like I said, they are being placed randomly. It doesn't matter how they put. In the middle we have the royal court, which has a +5, a positive number. Now on your turn, well, before I even go that way, as you can see, where there's, for example, the traveling show, the blue guy, we place blue cards next to that side. Now really what's on there doesn't really matter. It's really the color blue. They don't have a value. It's just one thing that I like about the game is the neat art in it, which is repetitive. It's repeating from traveling show to traveling show, so it's really it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. And you can see the strong lady, you can see what is it, the far-sighted fortune teller. That's interesting. The cowmel, which is I guess like a fake camel. The fearful flea tamer. Anyway, so we place those. Now each card basically represents a stock, and every player begins with 1 stock of each color of each traveling show, as well as 20 coins, which with those you can, even out of the get-go at the beginning of the game, lose money, which I guess this is why you start with some money. Alright, so each card initially is worth 5 points because the marker is indicating this. Now there's also a neat little player aid. Now on your turn there's a bag with chips. You have to draw 3. You keep them hidden. which, by the way, I don't think the instructions call for that, but the money should also stay hidden. It's enough for you to flip it over and nobody can tell what you got there. I think it works better. I don't think that anybody should see what you got. Now, there's 3 tokens that you pull, that those, for sure, you keep them hidden until your turn. Now, these tokens are the colors of each traveling show. So what you do on your turn, you don't own any of those traveling shows, you obviously sponsor them, but on your turn, you have to place all of 3 markers on the board, and they have to stay connected to their respectful color. For example, blue. I have to take the blue token and place it here or anywhere as a starting point that touching there. On the following turns or immediately after, I can connect to this blue. I can keep on going, I can keep on going in. I can branch out, I can start a new line from this spot and on. What I cannot do is, if there are any blue tokens on the board, I cannot just have one island anywhere else. They have to connect. Now, so on your turn you have 3 tokens which you would place them. But before and or after you place them, you have the ability to sponsor, which means buy and sell. But that depends strategically how you would want to do it. But what I would want to do to show you an example, I'll do these actions right after. You get to do 2 of those buy sell actions. So you can do 2 before you place the tokens, 2 after, or 1 before and 1 after. So I'm gonna go, I'll place 1 right here. You know what I would like to do, and again this will be just showing the mechanic of this game, since I have 2 blue ones, I'm gonna buy at the cost of 5 another blue entertainer. So now I have 2 entertainers. I can keep on buying or I can sell, but I can do it only with 1 card at the moment. So what you can do with the buy and sell, you can do anything you want in that regard, but only with 2 cards. So you can sell 1 card, buy 1 card, sell 2 cards and that's it, buy 2 cards and that's it, or that's basically it. Alright, so let's keep on going. So I'm placing 1 here. My next token will be over the 2. Now what does that mean really, the 2? The 2 means thematically that the towns enjoyed the show so much that their reputation went up and they're valued more. On the same token, pun intended I guess, there's the minus, the negative numbers here, which basically mean that the town completely hated the show and their reputation went down. Now the red markers are, there's a medicine here. That means that the traveling show hit a place where they got really really sick, and as a result, as soon as a token is placed there, everybody in the game will have to lose 2 coins per entertainer card of the token color that was placed there. Now the same thing goes, but the other direction with coin tokens. There's 2 coin tokens there. When somebody places a token of a certain color on top of there, everybody gains 2 coins per entertainer of that color. Alright, so let's just keep on going. I'm placing the second blue here on the +2. Their value goes up right away by 2. Purple, I have to go with purple. Purple will be placed here. And now I'm gonna go and sell one of my entertainers, and they're worth 7, and if I'm calculating correctly, I just made a profit of 2. Alright, so my turn is over. I go grab 3 more tokens into my hand and I hold it on there while the other players plays their turn now. And I do this so I have the opportunity to plan ahead on how I would want to proceed with my turn. It gives me just some time to do it. So this is basically the game. Now the game will be over when 2 conditions are met. One of them is when a traveling show is placed on the royal court, and a maximum of one red border token is exposed. So basically the board will get covered for the most part before the game is end. This is a fairly a quick game, as I mentioned, 30 to 45 minutes. It's just fun, and there are many other stock trading games out there, but this is a good game that works well with two players, and as such I highly recommend it. Like I mentioned, the art is fabulous. Thankfully the art is great. The theme is not, it's pretty dry, but if you can pass beyond that, then you would enjoy that. I personally like abstract games, so I don't mind the fact that this game lacks theme, a thematic feel to it. You know what I would want to do is actually proceed with just one more turn, just to give an idea. So I'm just gonna play as the opponent there, and he got 2 reds and 1 blue. So he's gonna look and see, okay, the red guy is there, I can acquire 2 more, I can maybe cause some damage to blue in the future. That's a tough one. So what he's gonna do is gonna place these 2 red ones right here, so the red goes up in value of 2. He probably should have bought, you know what, heck, this is what he's gonna do. He is going to buy 2 red ones, so now he has 3 cards of the red ones, and now he's gonna proceed. So he finished with his buy and sell action for this turn. So he's gonna go and he's gonna place his token there. Now it goes up to by 2, and the blue, where would he place it? He's gonna place it, let's say right here. So his turn is over. He's gonna pull up tokens. Let's play a couple more rounds, a couple more turns. Okay, so now it's this player's turn again. So this is what he can do. Look at this neat little trick that he's gonna do. He's gonna sell this blue, and he's gonna receive 7 for it. Okay. Did I just missed on that one? Hold on. I wanted to do something, a neat little trick here. Let's pretend that he had a blue token. Now that he got rid of blue, he's gonna place his blue token on the red. So the red token here is SEC. If you recall, all players who have or sponsor blue entertainers at this point will have to pay 2 to the bank. So he got rid of it, made some money. Now the opponent has a blue card, so he will have to lose 2 points on that one. Now let's see what else he can do. Can he do any more harm or gain anything? Let's see, he has red. He sold his blue. Yellow, he has yellow. So with yellow, what he can try and strategize is he can try going this way towards a higher value cards for yellow. So he's going to put yellow here, and red. What is he going to do with red? Red. Okay, so the opponent has 3 red cards, so he does not want to help him gain any pluses, so he's going to put a red token here. Now remember, the other opponent or anybody else, they don't have to continue this line. They can branch out, you know. So he essentially can go toward the 3, but I'm leading towards the negative numbers here, as you can see, in hope that he will, for some reason, keep those 3 cards and lose money on them. Alright, so I went there. I did one action. I don't have to do both of the actions of sell and buy, but let's see. Purple is gonna lose at some point. I can make that lose at some point. Let's see what else. I got the red. Red I would want to get rid of. I'm gonna get rid of the red. red is worth 7, so let's do that. Okay, 7. So my turn is over. Now it's this guy's turn. Let's see. One more round and then maybe we'll finish that. Blue. He has a blue token. Can he do anything about that? Is it worth for him to do something? He's taking a risk by keeping that, because when it's this player's turn again, you can just like drain him with money if he gets the right tokens. That's kind of like the risk in this game that you might take. It's kind of like a push your luck element. So there's a red there. So what he's gonna do, he can see that he's gonna be losing here, possibly, if this opponent has tokens. I just pulled 3 tokens for this opponent here. I don't know, I'm enjoying this game. Alright, so this guy, this is again hidden information. This opponent doesn't see what's going on, but he has 2 blues here. So you can definitely cause him later on lose a lot of money. So this guy doesn't know that yet. Let's see. Let's just do a couple more turns and then we'll be done with this game. What he's gonna do, he's gonna sell his 3 cards. 3 cards while it's relatively high, and 3 at 7 is gonna get 21. 21, which is not bad. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, I think I mentioned, but at the end of the game, whomever has the most money, obviously, is the winner. That's the point of the game in a stock market game. So he did, what I did a mistake is that you can do only 2 cards maximum. So he's kind of like might be in trouble there, possibly if this opponent had red, but he doesn't have red, he doesn't know that. So he did both of his sell, buy actions, 2 cards, that's it basically. Alright, so now what he can do, he can try and go in hope towards the 3 maybe for later rounds. He has a blue and a purple. Ooh, he doesn't want to do that. Well, it's gonna go right here for the purple. And blue, he has 1. Heck, what can he do? He can probably go up to this point and raise the value of blue by 1. Okay, so I think you got the principle of the game. That's what it is about. It's a neat game. I actually just now demonstrated the game. I actually really want to play it. It's really neat. It's not too heavy. It's fun. You can social while playing this game. It's fun. I'm glad I got a copy of it, and I'm surprised it hasn't gotten the much buzz that it should receive. Again, could be because of the lack of the Steam in this game, but that doesn't really matter. This is a very fun game, in my opinion. If this video helped you in any way to understand the game better, or to make a decision whether you want to get it or not, I appreciate if you like the video. I also appreciate if you subscribe to the video, and remember that sharing is caring. Please do so for me, and thank you for watching.